Chennai. Welcome back to Chennai, the target. Night chasing the target. What a match. Lot of holes we saw in the Chennai team. We already know the main culprit, that is the fast bowling department. But despite that, 12 run के victory ले चुके हैं Lucknow Super Giants के after Kyle Myers amazing brilliant start. KL Rahul was hiding behind Kyle Myers. I caught him, that little cheeky slag. But yeah, man. All in all, Chennai fantastic victory. बोल सकते हैं. A lot of credit to give to the youngster Tushar Deshpande after that horrific first over, bekar first over, but having the guts to come back and bowling that second and third over, and also managing to keep your runs intact. I think that is a commendable effort that we'd have to give to Tushar Deshpande. I have with me a man who doesn't like this franchise. Even I don't like this franchise. Actually, I don't like Chennai a lot. I like MSD, but I hate Chennai. Mustafa, your thoughts on Chennai's batting initially?
Oh, they smashed it, man. The batting was absolute fireworks. Whatever you said was absolutely correct before the match. Ki bhai, it's gonna be full atmosphere. They're gonna be energetic, and they're going to beat Lucknow. That's exactly what happened. And Gaikwad, Conway, my all-rounder Shivam
My
Dube, Ambati
Moin
Raidu.
Ali.
Moin, so perform kare everybody, and then Dhoni hits 12 runs of 3 balls, and they win by 12 runs. That's a match-winning knock right there. And
Oh,
मेरे
I
को
didn't.
समझ
Yeah.
भाई मैं अभी तक समझ में नहीं आता मेरे को कि इन लोग कैसा जीतते मैचेस एंड स्टफ आई स्टिल फील इट्स अ वीक टीम एंड लखनऊ इज स्ट्रॉन्गर बट दिस इज क्रिकेट दिस इज व्हाट हैपेंस एंड दिस इज व्हाट एटमॉस्फेयर्स कैन डू दिस इज व्हाट एमएस धोनी कैन डू दिस इज व्हाट an experienced lineup can do and there's some match winners there the way Moin Ali stepped up that's a big positive man he didn't bowl in the last game आके भाई 4 विकेट ले लिया आज and Dhoni used him pretty well. He mentioned that himself in the press conference, Moin Ali, that MS knows when to use me, when not to use me. And he was getting the ball to turn. He was really good against the right-handers as well. And overall, it was amazing batting performance and amazing Moin Ali performance with the ball. But I think there's still, they got exposed at times. In a home game, I've never seen that much silence at the Chepok Fest. The way there was Myers was going, and that's also indiscipline. It's just not bad bowling and amazing batting, bro. They're bowling like 10 no balls in a game. That is uncalled for. फिर वो आप देखे कैसा था वो overthrow, like that.
Moin
This
Ali
is
का है वो first
unprofessional
ball
stuff.
पे.
Yeah, like so they were making silly mistakes and इसलिए वो वहां तक पहुंचे लखनऊ ने तो वो भी नहीं. It should have been a 30-40 run thing if you want to be critical. But still, with this team, I would take it as a big positive that they won this game and they outbatted Lucknow and they've gotten the 2 points because on paper I still see Lucknow as a better team.
Yeah. How did you assess the pitch? Because मेरे हिसाब से I felt it was still like a fast pitch. It wasn't that slow that we had expected. It wasn't that much sharp turning that we expected. So did the pitch take you a bit like by surprise?
No, it was a flat wicket, but Moin Ali got some purchase and Bushnoi also. There's something in it for the
Bishnoi, we
spinners,
spoke about
definitely.
it.
Yeah, he was outstanding. Dono, like there was something in it for the spinners, 100%. But with the fast bowlers, it was coming on very nicely. It was a flattish wicket in that way. The bounce was true also, and you saw that from both sets of batters. With the new ball, they were very confident. They tonked the ball around. But when the spin bowlers came in, there was something in it for them. So I felt it was a good pitch. But Dhoni said himself, it was extremely good to bat on it. It wasn't like challenging in that way. It wasn't too paced, but चिराग भाई बोल रहे मुस्तफा भाई आपसे नहीं पूछूंगा फेवरेट कौन है. सॉरी नहीं मैं अभी भी मानता हूँ लखनऊ ही फेवरेट थी मैच जीतने यार मुझे समझ भी नहीं आया कैसा बट यू हैव टू टेक गिव क्रेडिट टू Conway and Gaikwad the way they started. I think that was a fabulous power play, but also Shivam Dube and Ambati Raidu and Dhoni, man, these were fabulous innings. They didn't waste any time. I mean Shivam Dube थोड़ा सा waste करा था but he pulled that back. He got back to that
What a
strike
six.
rate.
What a six.
Yeah, तो मेरे हिसाब से बैटिंग बहुत अच्छी थी. They outbatted Lucknow, and if they were 10-15 runs short, Fez, these guys would have chased it. Man, we got a new country, man.
Yeah, Kathmandu. From Kathmandu. Hi,
क्या
cricket fans. Hello,
बात
sir.
है, thank you.
Yeah, I was actually watching a month ago. मेरे हिसाब से नेपाल का कोई मैच था मुस्तफा और वहाँ पे
क्या एटमॉस्फेयर था. मैं
एटमॉस्फेयर देखे नेपाल के फैंस एंड अभी भी हम लोग दुबई से जब मैं दुबई में भी थे हम काफी नेपाली लोगों से इंटरेक्ट करे मैं और मुस्तफा भाई एंड सम ऑफ द मोस्ट लविंग पीपल मोस्ट एनर्जेटिक पीपल एंड पैशनेट पीपल दैट यू कम अक्रॉस. तो प्लीज एक रेगुलर बन के आइए क्रिकेट फैंस. होप टू सी यू. आपकी टीम बोलिए आपकी आईपीएल की कौन सी टीम है. वी बी itching to know. But yeah, Ben Stokes, Mustafa, I'm going to come to you, man. What's wrong with the boy?
And nothing is wrong, man. It's just like he didn't have a good day. He's coming off an injury, and man, we owe somebody a biryani in the chat. I forgot who it was. I think it's Anshul bhai. Yeah,
Anshul bhai
bhai.
said,
Bro,
okay,
that was a scam, man. उन लोग बोले पूरा half the season is not going to bowl, and he
and
bowled.
talk about the man, and the
भाई
man is in the
या
chat.
मैं अंशुल भाई आपके ही बारे में बात कर रहे थे आपको कैसा मालूम था उन्हें bowling कर रहा है बोल के फैज ओज यू बिरयानी I owe you some sutte and yeah man that I could not believe that. I'm not worried, man. Like it's okay. Like yeah, yes,
The
T20
thing
wise,
is,
you should
you
criticize him. You should
yeah,
criticize him today, 100%.
yeah.
I felt he felt a bit rushed. That shot was a bit rushed. He did hit a good boundary before that, and you
Mm.
expect a bit more from him. Lekin the situation required not to waste time. At least he got out. He didn't really consume too many dot balls.
Yeah. Cricket fan says Dhoni's two sixes, but the different level.
Hundred
Exactly. And
percent.
I didn't even think about that till you told it. Like I was like, oh my god, like actually yeah, 12 runs se haare na, and Dhoni ke do छक्के काम में आए. Cricket fan also says Nepal cricket team have qualified for the Cricket World Cup. That match you're talking about, well, Nepal versus UAE, and that win made us. Yeah, exactly. And it was such an emotional moment for Nepal, and yeah, I can't wait to see them. And it's something special to see new teams when they come into the mix of international cricket. It's always good to see. Devon Conway, Ruturaj Gaikwad, the most probably promising opening pair that you could have, firing 110 in 9 overs, Mustafa. Kya zabardast pari, and Ruturaj does not want to stop. What are your thoughts on that?
और ऋतुराज भाई आउटस्टैंडिंग फिर से जो हम लोग बोले थे पहले उन्हें गुड बॉल्स को पुट अवे कर दे रहा भाई इसलिए उसका
Yeah.
स्ट्राइक रेट इतना आगे था कॉन्वे टुक हिम अ बेटर टाइम इफ यू सॉ इनिशियली इन द पावर प्ले ही टुक अ बेटर टाइम एंड ही वाज पुटिंग अवे द बैट बॉल्स देन ही स्टार्टेड टेकिंग रिस्क गायकवाड मैन his timing is unbelievable he's so good through that offside even through the leg side and the margin for error for a bowler against him on a good wicket is next to nothing. I think he was outstanding. Gaikwad Conway we have to big him up because a lot of people were saying bhai usko nikal dena team se why I think after one game no man he's showing that he is a very good T20 cricketer. He's adjusting to Indian conditions, and today he batted really well. He was probably the second top scorer for Chennai today, and he gave Gaikwad a good partnership. He stood there with him, and it was that partnership was also brilliant, man. You could say Lucknow countered that with
Mm.
Myers the way he batted, of course, and Dhoni in the end was the difference. But it just gets the crowd going, gets the energy going, and it allowed them to always push. That 200 was never in doubt, but getting too close to 220, that start gave them that impetus, and then Dhoni finished it off in style, man. Like the saying goes.
Yeah. 100%. I think for me, I think the shot of the match for me, I know a lot of people will go to Shivam Dubey six and stuff, but it was a cover drive from Devon Conway, man. That shot was so beautiful to watch. I don't know if you guys happened to catch it. Like Devon Conway, यारो ऐसा एक बैट्समैन दिखता है मेरे को जो कोई भी शॉट मार सकता, पुल कर सकता. आई कीप टॉकिंग अबाउट हिम बिकॉज मैं पाकिस्तान में देखा था उसको, मैं उसको बैक टू बैक बहुत फॉलो कर रहा हूँ. तो आई थिंक डेवन कॉनवे इफ ही गेट्स गोइंग, एंड समवेयर डाउन द लाइन आप देखो ऋतुराज और डेवन कॉनवे की जो पार्टनरशिप थी, डेवन कॉनवे जब मारना शुरू करा ऋतुराज पे थोड़ा सा टेंशन निकला, एंड जब ऋतुराज मारना शुरू करा तो डेवन पे से थोड़ा प्रेशर निकला. सो दैट्स हाउ यू वांटेड इन अ पार्टनरशिप. लाइक मुस्तफा इज हिटिंग, मेरे को प्रेशर रिलीज होना है, जब मैं मार रहा हूँ तो लाइक, so that is the perfect balance that you see in that left hand right hand
Yeah.
combination. Or it was something beautiful to watch.
भाई एंड जस्ट कपल डेज को हम लोग बोल रहे थे कि कॉन्वे नहीं है ऑप्शन ये वो मगर ही शोन ब्रो ही एंड
Yeah.
he's consistently shown that he's a proper T20 cricketer and on a good wicket like this he batted really well and gave Chennai the proper start man and bro मगर उन्हें जो मायर से भाई he plays like Brian Lara cricket जो बैकफुट
Yeah.
के शॉट खेलता मैं वीडियो गेम में खेलता था it's very difficult to play the shots first to on the back
Yeah.
foot to hit over point like that for six slap the ball it's
Yeah.
not easy man
Not
the guy
easy.
is brutal force and he's so good on the leg side as well. He's impressed me, man. He is a perfect replacement for Evan
He,
Lewis, and he's not Chris Gayle level yet, but
I
man,
was
he
gonna
is
say
someone.
exactly the same thing. I said he knocked Chris Gayle level, but some of the
Ho,
sixes
ho,
that he hit today, standing on
ho.
one leg on the left, like his left leg on the back foot that you said, and he's just smashing it. Thought that's immense power to clear that chepuk straight down the ground, right? Like, and coming to Tushar Deshpande, what a bad first over. I felt so bad for him. People were coming and talking to him. He were calming him down. They were giving him water. They were wiping his head. That's how bad it got for him. But credit to him, on the last 2 overs, he pulled it back.
Bro, you at the start of the over, you went to take a dump. It took you 10 minutes for the dump. You came back, the over was still going on. That's how
Yeah,
long it took. And I'm not exaggerating. This is exactly what happened.
yeah,
उन्होंने
yeah.
पहला I think single दिया, फिर double, फिर single अच्छा start करा. Then उसके बाद भाई no ball पे no ball पे no ball. I think he gave like three no balls and like three wides in that over, or four wides. It was a
Hmm.
disastrous start. And वहां से
Yeah.
फिर आप free hits देंगे तो एक तो चौका या छक्का लगेगा, and it gave Myers that impetus, like it gave him the freedom to swing his arms, and from there the momentum shifted and they got off to a flyer, man, in the power play Lucknow. So it was really good. And so you called it. You said ki bhai Moin Ali ko leke aao, unhe aaya, and he changed the whole complexion of the game, and the spinners trapped
Uh,
Lucknow.
I think that is what was the most important. That was like the last tactic Dhoni had. Nagar, Mitch Santner, and Moin Ali wouldn't come and calm things down. I think they would just go rampage and finish off the game. But Mitch Santner, man, again, he was my fantasy pick. I know he didn't get a lot of wickets or something, but that economy, right? That 21 runs of 4 over, that's what you
Oh,
want
oh,
from
oh.
him and from Moin Ali, right? You just want him to hold the runs. Wickets, ठीक है चलो फ्रस्ट्रेशन में आके निकल जाएंगे कहीं ना कहीं से, but ये मिड
वही
सैटनर
हुआ.
एंड मोइन अली की पार्टनरशिप, yeah.
Santner was soaking the pressure over there. He was drying up the runs, and Moin Ali came, picked up wickets, and he also dried up the runs. That's exactly what happened. And in
Hmm.
Chennai, it's going to be difficult to face these twos, I think. But one thing that Lucknow might need a better second spinner, man. That's one thing that they are lacking, because Bishnoi was
Oof.
probably the best spinner on
Yeah,
show. I
yeah.
know that Moin Ali took 4 wickets, and he's one of my favorite cricketers. But Ravi Bishnoi, the control that he showed when they were going ballistic as well, and in that crowd, to hold your nerve as an away bowler is very difficult, and he showed immense maturity.
Yeah. The best thing about him is his क्या बोलते हैं, attitude towards getting hit. I think उन्हें जब पिट जाता, जब उसको दो छक्के भी मारे, he didn't lose his nerve. Like you said,
Picked
he
up a wicket
maintained
right
his line. He
after,
picked
yeah.
up a wicket straight after. And he's like, yeah, this is me. I'm here to show my sign. I think he's banging. He's trying to get into that Indian team. And no doubt he's definitely making a lot of noise. Ravindra Jadeja hasn't been performing that well. So, like, what are your thoughts on Ravindra Jadeja? Like, batting भी एकदम से उन्हें push हो गया, एकदम bowling भी, like we've seen him not that much. He got smashed as well. So yeah, any like specific reason you're
Look,
thinking Ravindra Jadeja losing
no,
the plot?
Jadeja as a T20 bowler, he will get hit at times. And especially, Puran was on fire and that left arm angle was suiting him. So Jadeja is not your like specialist T20 bowler. He'll chip in with overs. Yeah, maybe I expected a bit more on this pitch, but like, he's not, he will be expensive at times, but he's still a wicket taker. He can still destroy batting lineups. And with the bat also, he can finish games. It's okay when you have other players. The way Chennai is built, especially, they have a lot of options. So
Hmm.
with the spin bowling and the batting, where they're having a problem is fast bowling. That's where I'm more concerned, because option ही
Yeah.
नहीं है. जैसे अगर जडेजा पिट गया, सैंटनर आके कर लेता काम, या मोइन अली आके कर लेता काम. अगर जडेजा नहीं मारा रन, धोनी आके मार दे रहा, शिवम दुबे आके मार दे रहा, मोइन अली
Hmm.
मार दे रहा, तो बेन स्टोक्स जडेजा नहीं मार रहे तो ठीक है. मगर आपका प्रॉब्लम यही है, फास्ट बॉलिंग का इशू है. एंड the the indiscipline, the extras, their bowling is, that is what is thing. And Dhoni क्या बोला उन्हें, I'll be off, you have to find a new captain, कुछ बोल दिया था उन्हें post
He
match
said,
that
I'll be
cricket
off.
bowler.
I've already told the bowler that they need to get their act right, or else they need to play under another captain, and this will be my
But
second. It
he'll
will.
be off
Yeah.
also. Like, would he get penalized? I think because of time wasting and stuff as well, right?
Yeah,
Because you're,
because
yeah,
he said, if you noticed in one of the overs, he pointed to his glove and said, "Jaldi karo," because by time lag raha. That Tushar Deshpande over alone took 10 minutes, like you said, according to my
yeah,
dump.
it took 10
So
minutes. Yeah,
yeah,
bro. दस मिनट
uh,
लगा भाई.
yeah, move on to a few comments. Management says Stoinis is overrated, did nothing in this tournament and also in previous IPL as well. Stoinis has been pretty poor, to be very honest, in the last few months at least. What I'm seeing, he came to India, Australia. Also, I think he picked up a brace, like 2 wickets in one match, but he hasn't been that ferocious like we see him in the bat, finishing off innings, smashing it. We've seen him do some crazy stuff in the IPL, but not this year. Do you think you see Romario Shepherd walking in?
No, a couple more games.
Quinton de
Stoinis
Kock.
is still a world class player. Yes, Romar Shepard is a like for him. Quinton still, I don't know अब क्या situation रहेगा, because आप तीन keeper को खिलाएंगे and like तीन चार openers को खिलाएंगे क्या? I don't know what they're going to do with that.
Hmm.
I'm still confused because Myers performed again. Like, maybe they get Quinton in for Stoinis. I don't know, but man, listen, look, with foreign players, there's always extra expectation. There's going to be more
Yeah.
criticism. If Conway didn't perform today, people in the chat would have said कि भाई Conway को निकालो, किसी और को लेके आओ. So he performed.
Hmm.
So now we're not going to really criticize him. So I still
Hmm.
give him a few games. Already there's a lot more pressure on foreign players. If you see like Ben Stokes, Harry Brook, these guys are world class players, but they're not not performing because the
performing.
pressure of the IPL, the expectation is different. I'm not saying that international level is not pressure. It's a lot of pressure, but you still have a bit more scope as a foreign player. Over here, as a foreign player, if
Also,
two
it's
three
like,
games सब चढ़ जाते हैं भाई निकालो उसको किसी और को लेके आओ because there's only
yeah,
four foreign players and the
yeah, and
biggest or bigger players will feel that pressure.
बेसिकली आप जब नए कंट्री को जाते पढ़ने को भी तो आपको स्ट्रेस रहता है तो आई थिंक इट्स समथिंग लाइक दैट व्हेन यू गो टू स्टडी द सेम थिंग दैट यू नो बट इट स्टिल एड्स प्रेशर टू इट तो शायद वो
यूटिलिटी प्लेयर है देखो आप उन्हें आपको
यूटिलिटी
क्या लेके
या
आ रहा बोलिंग नहीं कर रहा अभी वो मेरे को थोड़ा स्ट्रेंज दिख
स्ट्रेंज
रहा
दिख रहा
फिनिश नहीं कर रहा
एग्जैक्टली
आपके
या
लिए मगर अब नाउ यू हैव इन्वेस्टेड हिम यू हैव टू ट्राई हिम आउट फॉर अ फ्यू गेम्स एंड होपफुली ही विंस अ मैच फॉर यू आई स्टिल थिंक इज अ वेरी गुड प्लेयर yes he's not giving the performances you can criticize him today with the bat also he slowed things down he put pressure on Puran and he got out a bit cheaply even though he hit a few boundaries and Rahul is not using him with the ball yeah and Rahul as a captain as well man he made some dodgy decisions but they did pull things back in between maybe 250 260 was the projected at one point
माय
and
फेवरेट
Rahul's batting bro Rahul ki batting क्या समझ में नहीं आ रही मेरे को I don't know I don't know why you picked him as one of the orange cap contenders he can't like this guy is just out of form right now and hopefully he comes back but right now I really like him as a player I'm still going to keep backing him
because
but he was poor
when we were watching the match I I pointed it out he's just hiding behind Kyle Mayers the minute Mayers got out he went on hit to try and hit a six jab situation उतना didn't demand for it आप build कर लो भाई आपके maybe you do what Punjab is doing you anchored the innings no problem चलो I won't even care like you'll still get your 50 you'll still get your 60 of your because you said strike rate doesn't matter then why are you going after strike rate so I think he's messed up in his own head right now
yeah
but
he's
yeah
just not in a good frame of mind that doesn't take any away from his ability but yeah he's not
yeah
in good form at all man
my favorite IPL team is the most successful one. I talk about Sunrisers Hyderabad. No, I talk about Mumbai Indians. KL Rahul and Stoinis Huda क्या कर रहे हैं ये मार डालेंगे LSG को बिल्कुल. I think Huda का तो बिल्कुल मुस्तवा like something wrong with this guy. I know he's trying to play with his own form of template कि मैं ऐसा खेलता हूँ मैं ऐसा हूँ accept me or reject me something like that kind of.
ऐसा क्यों हूँ
But ऐसा क्यों हूँ is exactly the question. Like why is he coming and just throwing away his wicket?
I don't have the answer for it. And Huda man also has been very consistent in the IPL. हमारे लिए भी खेला सनराइजर्स के लिए वहाँ पे भी very inconsistent, hot and cold. उन्हें एकदम से rash shot खेल लेता. He consumes a few dot deliveries. I think he needs to calm down a bit. Play his natural game. Rotate the strike rotation, single double, and then get in and start playing your shots. He's looking a bit confused. He doesn't understand his role. A lot of people wanted him to play one down for India, but this is the reason when he panics very quickly. So बोल रहे थे भाई उसको one down खिलाओ नहीं होता उससे like he has to first have clarity on what his game is, what his strengths are. Just because you're in the power play, maybe he's getting carried away. I think he just needs to relax a bit, play his natural game, and then take it from there. If he's not going to work, then you pull him out and you put Puran at one down and lift everyone in the batting order. Also today, Badoni, I'll criticize him a bit, bro. He just kept going for doubles. I don't know what he was doing. I'm very happy that he's returning the strike, but the required was 17, 18, man. Why did he keep like touching and going? When like maybe 10 of his shots were just like to mid wicket, like just a touch and double bhag rahe.
I
Bhai,
think he was
swing
just
karo.
going for something like last over के लिए कुछ ऐसा मैं लगा दूं फिगर के रोटेट हो जान दो स्ट्राइक एटलीस्ट रन्स तो आ रहे अगर लास्ट ओवर में 20 भी रहे या कुछ भी रहे मैं ट्राई करके मार लूंगा समथिंग लाइक ऑफ दैट सॉर्ट ऑफ टेम्परामेंट बट आई डिडंट मेक
इंटेंट नहीं
सेंस
था यार इंटेंट नहीं था अब इवन इन द सेकंड लास्ट ओवर जब मारना था और गो फॉर ब्रोक ही वाजंट गोइंग फॉर ब्रोक आई वाज डिसअपॉइंटेड टुडे लाइक आई नो ही इज यंग ही विल लर्न बट टुडे आई वाज just
Chepuk, the
disappointed.
fortress, yeah, man. Chepuk is a very hard place to win. You saw it today. I think MI last two seasons worst performance main reasons in mega auction. They didn't buy good players, good spinners, and pacers. Instead, gone for average players with no experience.
And they backed too much on Bumrah Archer. They invested too much on big players, and now Bumrah is not there, so वो थोड़ा सा सफर कर रहे हैं उन लोग उस वजह से.
After power play, 14 balls, 6 runs, 3 wickets, got LSG back in the game. Yeah, I think that's right. That's what happened. Yeah, Bishnoi.
Yeah, he was incredible.
Batters tried to hit towards the longest boundary. Instead, they should have hit over long on. But it was also where you were bowling the ball, right? You can't just go ahead and attempt for that. Even Dhoni got out on the longest boundary, and that's what people will target, right? Which area of the pitch आप target करेंगे? And yeah,
it was the length on the line when Ali was bowling. It was difficult to hit him, and आगे बढ़ के stumpy हो जा सकते थे. So like that's why he was bowling an immaculate length and line.
LSG should have used Amit Mishra. You think?
Maybe, man, the spinner is lacking on this pitch. Maybe he could have provided something. But something very interesting that I picked up today, before the match started, Irfan Pathan was doing an analysis on Gaikwad,
Mhm.
and he was talking about his strengths, but he was also talking about his weakness. And he said that his average is way lower when it's against a fast leg spinner, maybe like a Rashid Khan or a Bishno. And Bishno's speed today were 190 around that area, and he picked up Gaikwad. So that was a very good bit of analysis from Irfan, and it was something that maybe other teams will look at. The problem is not everybody will have a fast leg spinner. That's the
Yeah.
only issue. But that was a very good weakness pointed out, and it was used today by Lucknow. It was a good strategy, and Bishnoi executed the plan very well.
Yeah, 100%. Vishnu is one definitely I'm keeping my eye closely on because he's really impressed me up until now. भाई ये रोहित या राहुल अपने मेन बॉलर को एक ओवर क्यों नहीं देते? एक ओवर
पहला
को
ओवर शायद,
फर्स्ट ओवर नहीं देते.
जैसा वुड को बाद में लेके आए, आर्चर को बाद में लेके आए.
हम्म.
मे बी दे वांट, दे फील दैट कि उन लोग एक्स्ट्रा पेस के साथ जब बॉल थोड़ा ओल्डर है, दे नीड देम एट दैट टाइम, whereas they have bowlers who can swing it around a bit and nip it. But I agree. I think Archer, he was best for Rajasthan in the power play. And Mark Wood, again, Mark Wood today was expensive. I'll be very honest with you. I think Mark Wood ka jo tha, like we mentioned, Faz mentioned earlier, ki he can get hit, and they used a pace, but maybe try him with the new ball. But I still feel that it was okay. Last game they were successful with him in the third, fourth over, and that's a plan that they stuck with today. I don't think we don't really need to look into it right now, but yes, I think maybe later on power play mein use karna in logon ko. Anshul bhai, 4 playoffs series contenders: GT, RR, SRH, LSG, CSK. I'm happy you put SRH there, even though it's such a bad start for them. Yeah, I think off of the first couple of games, like 2 games for these 2 teams and 1 game for everyone else, Rajasthan looked solid. GT looked good. CSK have come back very well. LSG started solid, but they lost the second game. I think it's very early days. बहुत मुश्किल है predict करना top 4 क्या होने वाला है. कुछ भी हो सकता है अभी table में. And run rate could be a factor. That's not going to help Sunrisers. For other teams, maybe they start off slow and they'll bang later on. So abhi is very difficult to predict. And that's the thing. Look, CSK looked so poor in the first game. LSG looked so good. Ab ulta ho gaya aaj, CSK won the game. So that you can never predict in the IPL, man. It's always difficult.
एक प्लेयर ही अपना पैसा वसूल कर रहा है या पुरंत तो भाई has been impressing 2 मैचों में कुछ तो भी कर रहा है एंड he looks threatening but I think अगर उसके प्राइस टैग जो है अंशुल भाई मेरे हिसाब से I think I would want him to have finished the game. That is something that would have been पैसा वसूल for me. But yeah, he
क्या
got out.
player है यार Puran. I
Player
really
तो
like
अच्छा
him,
है
man.
but I really
I
wanted
love
to
him.
finish it back, finish the match for LSG maybe. केएल राहुल को देखो बिश्नोई 10 ओवर में लाया या पिट रहे थे क्या है बिकॉज आप क्या है आपको ओवर्स भी सोचना है कि आप किस तरीके से आप डिजाइन कर रहे हैं अपना इनिंग्स. आई थिंक किसको किधर लाने का है वो भी एक इंपॉर्टेंट फैक्टर होता है. अगर आप बहुत जल्दी भी खेल लिए बिश्नोई को तो फिर बाकी के बॉलर फिर पिट भी सकते थे. आई थिंक वो थोड़ा आपको सोचना पड़ेगा कि कैसा मैं इसको असेस करूं. बट आई थिंक
उन्हें
आपकी
कहाँ
बात भी
कंफ्यूज
सुनी.
है मालूम. उन्हें पावर प्ले में दला दिया था. आई थिंक किसको दलाया था, कोई स्पिनर
क्रुनल
को दलाया था, क्रुनल को
क्रुनल
दलाया था, राइट. तो वहां पे उन्हें कंफ्यूज होगा बिकॉज पिट गया था क्रुनल पांड्या. तो ही थॉट कि दिस पिच इज नॉट टेकिंग एनी टर्न, दैट्स व्हाई ही डिलेड बिश्नोई. Whereas what Dhoni did, he saw exactly what happened in the first innings. He didn't bring the spinner in the power play. He let his batters get thrashed. He kept all of the spinners for after the power play, use the big boundaries, let the ball get older, get grip, and that's exactly what happened. So it was a masterclass from captaincy by MS Dhoni.
Yeah, I think he just going to show who's the boss, right? Ishan Kishan did well for Mumbai Indians while playing in the middle. Do you think Rohit Sharma, Green, Open, Sky, like Rohit Sharma and Green, Open, Sky, Tilak, Kishan in the middle? Do you think that order would work for Mumbai Indians?
I think it's a shout. Again, they'll still back Kishan because they've invested in so much in him and everything as an opener. They will back him at the opening slot. But I think that's a good shout, like Cameron Green to open and Kishan come in the middle order. And Kishan, remember in 2020 season, he batted number 4, I think, after Surya Kumar Yadav, and he had some fabulous displays. I remember that game against RCP when the game went to a super over. He's a really good player against spinners. He attacks them. He uses his feet well. And maybe in the power play, he's getting bogged down a bit. Again, he has a double hundred in a one day, but still, if it doesn't work 2-3 games, it's a good shout. It's a good option you can have. And with Mumbai's batting order, they can tinker with it a bit. They do have that flexibility. They do have those options.
Yeah, 100%. Markram, Klaasen, Jansen are back and ready to play next match. LSG versus and it's going to be a tough one. Obviously, I'm not going to be very excited because we saw how the SRH played, but again, it's away conditions. You are away in Lucknow, and
Why
Lucknow
Myers,
Myers
Markwood,
is scaring the hell out
Markwood
of
को
me.
handle करेंगे अभिषेक शर्मा?
मार्कवुड को हैंडल करेगा, अभिषेक शर्मा फोड़ देगा, बट लाइक बीइंग अगर वेरी रियलिस्टिकली अगर आप मेरे को पूछ रहे, आई एम फियरिंग मेयर्स द मोस्ट बिकॉज we saw Umran also get hit, but Umran also can get in a good ball. I mean, for now, I feel Lucknow is the better team going in, home advantage and stuff, and the way they're on form. Nicholas Puran coming back against the SRH. Every SRH player that's left us right now is smashing against SRH, so I'm going to be worried about Puran as well. But yeah, I mean, it's a very good confidence booster that we've got class in Jansen and Markram. I feel Markram will come in. Fazal Faruqi will go out, and probably they'll give Glenn Phillips another match. Mustafa, do you think, or will Hendrik Klaassen come in?
I think Klassen will come in. He's in a very good form, so he'll probably come in. But I'm scared about that game. And Markwood and Myers, these two can rip apart Sunrisers. I just hope the boys learn from their mistakes. The captain comes in, takes control, takes the reins, and we
Yeah.
compete. Because अगर आप आज भी देखो, लखनऊ बहुत बुरा पिट रहे जो भी है, मगर फिर भी खाली 12 रन का फर्क था. They do have
Yeah.
firepower at the bat, man.
Depth in the
It
back.
is kind of it is dangerous. So yeah, like you said, Puran against Sunrisers, he has a point to prove. KL Rahul का फॉर्म अगर आ गया हमारे साथ आ सकता है. We do get players into form.
He's also
I'm
he's
a bit
also an
worried.
ex-Sunriser. For people who don't know, KL
Yeah.
Rahul did play for Sunrise, and Mustafa Bhai almost ran him over with his car. It's actually a funny story. I think at that time they were staying in Kakatiya or Park
Yeah,
Hyatt.
yeah.
Kakatiya
He
में
was
रह रहे थे.
crossing the road. He was running on the road,
So
and they're like, "Oh,
yeah,
you know this guy?" And then at that time, he wasn't like the KL Rahul of now. We didn't. Not many people think. I was like, I was in my friend's car, and then he's like, "Oh, damn, that's KL Rahul," and we put a proper brake and we held the traffic because we wanted to see KL Rahul, and nobody knew why we were stopping the traffic. Now, if he's walking on the street like that, everybody will brake and stop. But
yeah.
here we recognized him somehow because he was playing for Sunrisers, and he dropped a catch also in one of the games I remember. So we knew who he was, but not a lot of people knew. He was crossing the road. I think he was going to have a meal or something like that.
If Chirag Bhai is on the stream and watching right, I think Chirag Bhai would agree that
I जान दो, जान दो.
you should have just ran him over with what Chirag Bhai
No,
would have
no,
said.
no. नहीं, नहीं.
Nah, all in good fun, obviously. Miller back for Gujarat is a very big boost. Got a 90 in the last game. Man, that guy can smash it. I've seen it live. Punjab versus Sunrisers. He smashed, and I cannot forget the crack of that बैट की नॉइज जो थी यार, जब उन्हें बॉल को मारता, नेक्स्ट लेवल आवाज आती मिलर के बैट से. एंड इट इज अ बिग बूस्ट फॉर गुजरात एंड हार्दिक पांड्या, राइट, टू हैव दैट एक्स्ट्रा फायर पावर इन द मिडल ऑर्डर, राइट? So
Yeah, it does 100%. And when Miller, we saw last year, he reinvented himself both for South Africa and for Gujarat. What I noticed about him, he became a better player square of the wicket. He was brilliant in the arc. Whenever uske area mein aata tha, सीधा उन्हें टोंक करता था. But now he's playing the short ball very good. He's finding boundary areas like square of the wicket, which he really didn't have before. And man, it's been 10 years and Miller has been lighting up the IPL inconsistently, but last year was a really good season. 2013-14, I remember he had a very good season, and it's good to have him back. And Gujarat again, man, on paper I don't rate them, bro, but they're killing it. And it's going to be a tough game for Delhi, who already they started off with a loss, but now they're going to be in the home crowd. I think the spinners will come into play at the Kotla, at the Arun Jaitley Stadium. वो एक है. Prithvi Shaw, hopefully he comes good. I'm going to back him again tomorrow. Let's see. David Warner again. He's a good captain, but he will be tested against the champions, Gujarat Titans.
100%. And we've got Mohammad Shami against Prithvi Shaw, and Mohammad Shami gets one to nip back in again.
Yeah.
You never go for that, man. But yeah, I mean,
But
it's
you
gonna
see,
be
that is the thing, Faz. That is the thing. That's why I always say every player has an issue, every player has a weakness. When it gets exposed, it looks really bad. And that's why kabhi, they don't get into the Indian team for certain reasons. There's certain things. Chirag Bhai pointed out last time also the Sarfaraz short ball, or who else got out? The short ball, Prithvi Shaw, the swinging delivery.
Shreyas Iyer.
Shreyas Iyer also. So there are certain issues that players do have, but they're on a very good. Ab Gaikwad ko dekho.
Leg spin ka.
He should get a consistent run in the Indian team, but he did struggle a few times and he got injured, and then this happened, that happened. Now everyone's going to say, "Bhai, usko rakho T20 opening batsman rakho usko." But it's a different ball game. It's a different gravy when you're playing for India. So that's the thing. But what's happening right now is the IPL. We have to look at the competition. And in this competition, Gaikwad. Someone asked who my orange cap contenders are. Gaikwad is right up there for me.
Yeah, 100%. He's been phenomenal, and I think he's just carrying good vibes. from the last year onwards, and not getting into that debate with his mind कि भाई मेरे को इंडियन टीम में नहीं ले रहे, मेरे को ये नहीं करे वो नहीं करे. He's not in that headspace. He's saying मेरे को बताने का है, and वो बता रहा. पृथ्वी शॉ का क्या है मुस्तफा? What I feel is चलो आपके पास एक exposure दिख रहा, आपको एक problem बता रही कि भाई तेरी problem है. I think just work towards that, right? यहाँ पे ऐसा नहीं लग रहा. He's not worked. I mean, I might be wrong. Obviously, he definitely doing it day in and day out in the nets and working on it, but it doesn't look like he worked on it, right? It still looks like he's not done one bit. He's just refusing to understand कि भाई ये problem तेरी है. कि
But
मैं
I think
अंदर
it's also a very difficult issue. Like
it is
it's
difficult, but like you can still work
and
towards
what
it.
he has to change is like maybe
His
back
stance.
lift and stuff, and like because he's coming thoda sa thing, he's not getting
Hmm.
enough time. There's a few changes he might have to do technically to do that. Under wali ball is the most dangerous always. By yes, you can get edged and everything like that. अंदर आपके डंडे उड़ सकते, LBW हो सकते, inside है जो कि कीपर को भी जा सकता, कुछ भी हो सकता. तो अंदर वाली ball is always going to be difficult. But yes, I agree he has to work on it. Otherwise, he's going to keep getting exposed, especially against really good bowling. And if there's any nip around, if he gets through the power play, Prithvi Shaw is hitting 80 and 30 balls. I can guarantee you that. But the problem is he has to get past the power play.
I guess you're right. Kohli said after five MI titles, CSK with 4 trophies, RCB have qualified for playoffs the most number of times. And that's the only stat they can pull, right? But I think he was just very excited after that victory, and he just didn't know what to say in terms of having the supporters, sort of rile up. So he said that, he said it in a very smart way also. I like credit to Kohli, he just like put it across like, yeah, we've been qualified for it. It seemed like
They've also they played 5 more years than Sunrisers, and if you see Sunrisers run from 2013 to 20
11, yeah, 13,
and
yeah.
then 2020, how many times have they made the playoffs? They've made the playoffs a lot of times.
Four times, I think, 4 or 5 times.
No, look, 2013 they made the playoffs. They
13,
lost to Rajasthan
16,
over there. 16 they made the playoffs. 17 they made the
17,
playoffs.
19,
18 they made the playoffs. 19 they made 19. 19 they didn't make the playoffs.
21.
2020 they made the playoffs, so that's like 5 times, man. So 5 times in like what, 8 years or 10 years,
8
so
years,
like that's
10.
50-60% rate. So
The way he said it, he's like, yeah, man, we just did it, and then he's put it out very, very smartly, put it across. So it's like felt like, oh my god, actually we're stupid for thinking कि RCB don't have a chance in this year. So that's
but
how he
then
put it.
Lucknow and Gujarat, they came first year, they made the playoffs. Now you tell me.
Yeah.
Gujarat won the title in the first year.
Yeah,
He just said, like you said, he just said that he was pumped up and they won the game and like he wants to defend his team. He has the right to say it, but I'm not really reading into that. Like that's not really an argument.
And it's just been one game, and like Mustafa said, abhi exposed ho sakte. They were just lucky that they get called
they
out.
Lucky, they played well, but yes,
I mean, they played well, yeah. But now Ristop is out.
I'm not reading into that, man.
Exactly.
You have the best players in the world playing for you. You need to have at least 3 trophies. I'll give you that much.
जॉर्ज बटलर बहुत मारेगा सीएसके बॉलरों को, ये बॉलर रहे तो वो पूरा नहीं है, वो मैच फिनिश करना जानता है. या डेफिनेटली मेरे हिसाब से जॉर्ज बटलर भाई हम लोग तो लाइव देखे पर कल, और आज के शॉट कल क्या 2 दिन पहले हो गया अब तो, लेकिन ऐसे लग रहा है कि कल ही देखे थे. एंड मैन समथिंग एल्स. उसकी जो टेक्निक है, उसकी जो प्रेजेंस है, अलग एक मैजेस्टिक फीलिंग है. एंड या उसके साथ संजू भाई, मुस्तफा संजू के भी शॉट आया यार. लाइक I mean I've seen Sanju I think once before, but this time he was something else, man.
But what Butler has, what not a lot of people have, is consistency, and he plays long innings. He has timing, he has shot selection, short range, power. He has everything in a batter. He's a complete batter, and that's why he's so consistent, bro. Like he puts the good balls away. He finds different areas, and on a good batting wicket, this guy won't give his wicket away as well. He knows kaun sa ball ko chhodna hai, kaun sa ball ko marna hai. This guy is a complete player.
Cricket
batter.
fans ask a good question. He asks, do you think Punjab can be dark horse for winning this year with Raja Paksha, Sam Curran, Arshdeep and Jitesh Sharma?
Yes, but Punjab also shoot themselves
Livingstone
in the foot a lot of times.
Yeah,
they shoot themselves in the foot a lot of times. So that's one thing I'm concerned about. But they're a dark horse. I think, if they had a couple more players, they would have been favorites. But right now, yes, you could keep them as dark horses. But there's going to be times where they're going to lose games, I think, when they shouldn't. But maybe Punjab reminds me of Arsenal, and Arsenal are doing really good this year. So you don't know.
The years of the Reds, huh? Mustafa bhai disappointed with that card thing, I think. MI versus CSK 8th April. Yeah, it's going to be a banger of a game. So will tomorrow's, right, Mustafa? Delhi and Gujarat both look like a decent squad each. Warner coming back. I feel like it's going to be a pretty good battle to watch. दोनों के squads.
Yeah, this is El Clasico though. MI CSK. Both teams have problems. Both have bowling issues. तो देखेंगे क्या होगा उसमें. It's not the same, like, full
And North
strength.
Khay will be back tomorrow for Delhi Capitals. So that is also going to be fun to watch.
Yeah,
Shubman
I
Gill
mean that's going to be
versus
a massive factor, bro. Nokia bowling 4 overs, and if
Riley
he's
Russo. Riley Russo is already there, I think. But yeah, it's going to be
yeah,
North
I
Khay
think that'll
and
be
Gill.
good. That'll be a good competition against Gujarat. Somehow I'm backing Delhi again against Gujarat. I don't back Gujarat in a lot of games, but they have Rashid Khan, man. Rashid Khan on a Kotla wicket also, he can be very dangerous. And these guys somehow pull out wins, man. मेरे को समझ में नहीं आता उन लोग कैसा करते, but they pull out wins. They have some match winners over there under pressure, whatever the situation is. They have the freedom to play cricket, and that's
Exactly.
what's
Yeah.
happening. Yeah.
Yeah. And yeah, David Miller will be another immense boost to their mid, man. I think he's going to smash it. And yeah, it's just going to be something we'll have to wait and watch. But CSK lack death bowlers. I think they lack bowlers altogether. Because Tushar Deshpande, Hangrekar, and Deepak Char, they're not your bowling options. I would not like based on what. Okay, with what is Deepak Char trying to do? Like according to you, because for me, I don't know why he's trying to bounce it and bowl it slow and bowling it like wide. That's why is he trying to bowl that ball
He was trying to
consistently?
get pace off the ball, so he went for a couple of knuckle balls and stuff, and उसमें उसका heart जल्दी छूट जा रहा था, and it was going short. But he was trying to change the pace because there's good bounce, and the batsmen was like trusting the bounce and they were smashing it. Even Myers was doing that, right? But so he just wanted to try to get like, was there a slower delivery today which got a wicket? I don't remember, but basically, try to get a batsman to a missed time. He just executed it very poorly. But his idea was to change the pace, and because जो fast डाल रहा था, he didn't have that pace to trouble Myers. And even if you had pace today, Mark would also got hit. It was a good wicket to bat on, so he was trying something different.
But we are seeing a lot of wides and like there are 11, 13 today in the Chennai bowling and like 7 today from Lucknow, man. So there are a lot of people who are bowling a lot of wides. We saw that in the couple of beginning ke matches. Maybe अपन देखे match 2, maybe देखे match 3, maybe देखे something that they really need to work on. Can't afford these kind of runs to slip. 13 runs भी potentially अगर आप निकाल दिए, 7 runs भी निकाल दिए चेन्नई के batting से, you still lose by 5. Yeah, it's something else to look at
Yeah,
from
I
the
think the
captain's
most
perspective.
disciplined performance that I've seen. You could say Lucknow in the first game, but like overall, maybe it's the Rajasthan game, man,
Rajasthan.
against us. Yeah, very disciplined. Like उन लोग extras भी कम रखे, no balls उतने नहीं थे. I don't remember free hit. Maybe एक आध हो सकता था, लेकिन they were very disciplined. They took their catches well. They fielded pretty good, and batting bowling was on point. So right now they look the most disciplined team.
Yeah.
भाई संजू सैमसन गुवाहाटी में पहुंच गया. The second over राजस्थान, वहां पे भी पूरी पब्लिक बस के बाहर. अब बोलो गुवाहाटी कौन है क्या है, मतलब the relation to Sanju Samson is not. He's a superstar, bro. I understand if Virat Kohli is in Guwahati. I understand Rohit Sharma is in Guwahati. Sanju Samson, bro, in Guwahati, and there's a bus. I mean, outside the bus, there's
I think I'm
thousands
going
of
to
fans,
read up upon why he's so famous. I think
bro.
now
And he
मेरे
was
को
watching Rajinikanth today in the plane on the way from Hyderabad to thing. He was watching a Rajinikanth movie. This guy is next level following.
कुछ भी कहो यार, बेन स्टोक्स मैच विनर तो है. आज उसने पुरन का कैच पकड़ा, मैच जितवा दिया था. या है आई डोंट नो ये सरकाज़म है मुस्तफा भाई की तरफ या ये आप एक्चुअली बोल रहे हैं अंशुल भाई, बट आइदर वे आई विल टेक इट.
Hey,
He
he
did
took a really good
a
catch.
very
He
good
took
catch. Yeah,
like a couple of very good catches.
catches.
And man, Ben Stokes is like he's what, like 33, 34 now, and like he will still produce. Maybe he won't be that consistent. He will still produce, in different situations. And you've already seen glimpses. You already seen, man, on the biggest stage of them all, this guy stepped up under pressure. So I can't doubt the guy. He's a match winner.
He is a match winner. He'll definitely still produce. I think he just trying to get used to the conditions. काफी गर्मी भी हो रही थी उसको throughout the match.
And
He's
Fez,
not
he's
used to
won
such.
matches for his team in every single format. Like test match में कैसा inning खेला भाई वो? There's
Yeah,
very few
100%.
people who can play an inning like that. Yeah.
100%. I think. बस वही है कि it'll take some time to get used to. KKR have good players, but their management trying too much. Too much changes last year. 4 main batters play very down the order. Yeah, that's true. RR can
They
win the
have
trophy
good
this
match
time.
winners. They have good match winners, but they don't have like a Indian
The
core with the bat. Man,
dependency is
that's the
too much
problem.
on one two players. I think that is the
Yeah,
only problem they're having.
top order is a big issue. That if they can fix that, that means Nitesh Rana needs to perform. That means Rinku Singh needs to perform. Venkatesh Iyer needs to perform. Like otherwise,
Gurbaz needs
everything.
to perform. Dheeraj needs to
Yeah.
perform. Yeah, Sunil
So
Narayan
their
also has to back to
Indian
that
top
extent.
order is the biggest issue right now for them.
Yeah, RR can win the trophy this year unless GT get don't reach that. Yeah, RR is a very good shot, man. Since we've seen them live, we see the belief in that camp. मेरे हिसाब से तो I think RR is now coming into me and Mustafa's top four. But we again, it's just been one match. Let's not go bonkers. But अगर अगले हफ्ते तक ये मसला रहा और हमारे को दिखा कि राजस्थान performing like they did, then definitely we have to slip them somewhere down in the playoffs.
And also, I want to see how they perform in Jaipur, because Jaipur, if you remember, there's I think it's larger square boundaries.
Larger
The
square
spinners will
boundaries,
come
yeah.
into play. थोड़ा सा slow हो जाता pitch, and I think Chahal Ashwin can be fabulous over there. If I think it's in a disadvantage for Punjab and Rajasthan that they're not playing all their matches in one venue. I think it's great for the IPL that you have different venues and you allow other fans to have access to IPL matches. I completely agree with that. But as a franchise owner, I'm thinking, if I'm an owner, I'm thinking कि भाई सब 8 गेम या 7 गेम अपने घर पे खेल रहे हैं, हम 4 इधर खेल रहे 3 इधर खेल रहे. I think that's a bit unfair. Rajasthan playing all 7 games in Rajasthan, it gives them much bigger boost.
As a boost, yeah, 100%.
Like हम लोग भी विशाखापट्टनम में खेल सकते थे 3-4 गेम, नहीं खेल रहे, right? We're playing 7 games in Hyderabad. It's an advantage for us.
Yeah, 100%. I mean, वो तो है कि भाई it is an advantage, but again, it could backfire also. देख सकते हैं.
Bro, you got an invitation, man.
Yeah, we got an invitation. I have 1K subscribers, and please do follow Cricket Fans also now that he's here. I have 1K subscribers and channel is online. Congratulations. I'll also do the IPL match discussion. I would love for you guys to come as guests and share your thoughts. And we will definitely, Mustafa Bhai, already has been on variety of shows. He has much experience. So definitely Mustafa Bhai will take out the time for you.
No,
And
no.
so will I if
I think that's a massive compliment, and we really appreciate that. And I'm so happy that you have that many subscribers and keep growing. Always try to improve. Like 1K will go 10K very soon, and everybody hit that like and subscribe button for Cricket Fans. And he's, thanks for joining us. Or हम लोग आएंगे भाई. Whenever you call us, we will come. Why not? We'll make time and come on. It'll be a pleasure. It'll be an absolute pleasure for both of us, to come on and give our thoughts. I mean, we're honored that you have said this, and it's given us a lot of confidence. Suddenly, I'm feeling,
pumped.
Feeling pumped.
Cloud9.
Generous. Thank you so much. Yeah.
क्या जीटी में केन विलियम्स की जगह स्मिथ या मलान या रॉय कैडमोर आ सकता है क्या? ये
स्मिथ तो वहां पे है नहीं. स्मिथ कमेंट्री में है. आ सकता है.
स्टीव स्मिथ, you're saying? ऑडियंस स्मिथ तो है एक टीम में. I don't know स्टीव स्मिथ कहाँ है.
स्टीव स्मिथ कमेंट्री में है. डगआउट में.
Yeah, he's in the. भाई उन्हें कितना अजीब दिख रहा था यार ऊपर से. मतलब अजीब in the sense उन्हें एकदम रोबोटिक खड़ा हुआ है खाली. Standing like this in the side, खामोश खड़ा हुआ है. Mumbai not going to make the playoffs, फिर खामोश हो गया. Like no, it's not interactive. He's not. I don't think he can be a presenter. Like you need to have that suave and like. Oh, कैरेस को भी कितना अजीब बता रहे यार. Like कुछ computer.
वो technology का है बोल के. He's not in the studio. They just put him there and they put some fake pants or fake.
Are you sure? Because I saw it move also, like the shoulders and stuff. So
yeah, I'm sure. He's not in the studio. He wasn't. That time what we saw, that's not a studio, bro. Like he was. They did some VFX next level shit for that.
Yeah, 100%. Steve Smith, I think कुछ बोला था, if I'm not wrong, that he won't be coming in or something like that. But I haven't been asked. I don't remember exactly what he said. But देखते हैं अगर who will be the ideal replacement. It's a good, actually. I won't say good. I love Kane Williamson. He's one of the best players I've seen in my life. But for Gujarat, they have good options in prospects, right? They have decent options that they can buy from.
They'll have options, but I think Miller will come in place of Williamson, like Cricket Fans said, and he'll play this game. But I just feel that with Williamson gone, who's going to anchor that innings? I think he is going to be a miss for them, Kane Williamson.
Yeah. Hardik Pandya would really need to take more responsibility, I guess. What we saw him do for India in the T20 last few matches where he was waiting and playing a slower innings, I think that is what I would ask of Hardik Pandya right now. To come and play in the earlier hours of the game rather than hiding in the end and trying to finish it off. Maybe you come up and stick and play and anchor.
But then again, like it exposes your middle order if he gets out early. Like if Hardik and Miller are there in your middle order, that's a solid middle order, and Williamson is there, like getting with the single doubles, rotating the strike. It is going to be a blow. Like Hardik Pandya doing that can work. He did that last year. He came 1 down, 2 down, but then there's going to be high risk games where Tewati and Rashid have to bail you out, because if Hardik gets out early, then you're in trouble.
So then maybe Vijay Shankar comes up.
Yeah, वही तो है. तो मैं यही तो बोल रहा हूँ. It's a down and great. Like when Williamson is not there. Williamson 1 down, I think.
Downgrade तो अब जो है वो तो okay. When there's grass on the pitch, you have to play ball in it. So जब है तो है खेलना पड़ेगा. The Dhoni leave CSK as Indian fan, I will be sad, but as an SRH fan, I will be happy. Yeah, exactly. I know nobody wants to see Dhoni in the yellow shirt coming to the Rajiv Gandhi and smashing it or making us 200 plus mark के हमारी बेइज्जती करके
Everyone
चला.
except for us, everyone wants to see that. I'm sure, but this Dhoni jersey is getting sold yesterday when there's nothing to do with Chennai Super Kings. It was a Rajasthan Sunrise game. The Dhoni jersey. Everyone wants to see him. Everyone wants the same thing. But yeah, I agree with Pratush bhai ki bhai. I'll be happy as a SRH fan, but it'll be a massive void in the IPL because since the inception of the IPL, this man has been the
This man's been there.
main man, the market guy, the go-to guy. Everything has revolved around Mr. MS Dhoni.
Yeah, Dhoni is a very big figurehead in the IPL, and I think you saw the way they screamed when who got out, Mustafa? Before Dhoni,
Yeah, in the
Jadeja.
last over. Yeah, in the last
Yeah,
over, I think.
Jadeja got out, and everyone was shouting. And then that sixth, bhai, wo jo second six tha, so I started laughing because we just he came, he had a six over third man, and then the second he pulled it from Mark on Mark Wood bowling, he pulled it, and we're like, what is this guy, man? What is this guy?
Okay, and the crowd went crazy. I could hear the noise into my head, man. It went loud. आप बोले थे वॉल्यूम बड़ा बोल के और घुस के गूंज रहा था आवाज. It was crazy, man. Talk बोल के जो मारा था. Oh, sorry. ये राहुल हुदा शोन ने सारा ऐसा रिच पे ना उतार दे.
मेरे को तो डर जब से ज्यादा पुरन से हो रहा है यार, निकोलस पुरन से हो रहा है, केएल राहुल से हो रहा है, कायल मेयर से हो रहा है, हुदा तो हुदा भी एक SRH है यार, तो यार यू नेवर नो मैन क्या होने वाला है. बट आई बिलीव इन माय बॉयज मयंक अग्रवाल बेबी, यू जस्ट वॉच आउट फॉर हिम on
I think
Friday.
one more loss, and we're going to go on a winning streak of 4 wins. We started a winning streak against Punjab at home. One more loss. If we win in Lucknow, that's going to be a massive win for us.
Yeah.
But man, थोड़ा सा मुश्किल दिख रहा है मेरे को.
The
But let's see.
the captain is back. Yeah, the captain's back. Confidence will run high, and yeah, definitely we win
I
and go
think
on
we
a
might
streak from
gonna
that
take
match.
one more L. One more L, I think we're gonna take, and then everyone's
We're only gonna give
everyone's
L's
gonna
from now, bro. We're only L's देने वाले हैं
one
आज
more
से.
L. Everyone's gonna take us out of the equation and bang 4 wins on the trot. We back in it, bro. That's what happened in 2016 also. So Dirishan has scored bulk of the runs as opener for Tamil Nadu with his partner Jagdishan, who's in KKR, should both play at 3 for the respective teams. I think Jagdishan can open as well.
Well, yeah.
Or you bat him in 3 and open with Venkatesh Iyer, because Mandeep Singh opening the batting, I am not liking that right now. Maybe I'll be proved wrong in the next game against, I think they play RCB. But yeah, right now I'm not liking that opening partnership. And also, yes, Sudarshan can be tried. Why not?
Yes, sir.
I like MI more than CSK because everyone in MI are leaders in some aspect. Rohit is leader, Bumrah, Pollard, Hardik, everyone can lead, but they only leave CSK fan base will be into debris.
That's actually a very good point because I think CSK fan and majority Dhoni fans, right? It's just like Thala, 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 and like kahin na kahin मेरे को लग रहा after Dhoni leaves, there's going to be a massive void, not just from Chennai. Maybe Chennai will continue support, but all these Hyderabad divided fans by Bangalore, divided fans from Rajasthan, they'll come back to their own franchise maybe finally and like leave that Dhoni sort of figurehead kind of Are bhai Dhoni.
They'll get someone, man. Chennai is such a big franchise, historic franchise. They'll get somebody, and they will. Even with Dhoni, remember they came last. It's not like they didn't. Every franchise will go through cycles. Yes, maybe they won't win as many trophies, but I think they will get somebody. They will try to get a big fish in another auction, and he might be the next leader or whatever it is. For Chennai, it will be, of course, when 20 guys same thing happened with United. Ferguson went out, you still haven't won a Premier League. It might be the same for CSK, but I think the way CSK are built, they're going to keep Dhoni in that franchise in a different role, and he will get players. He will still use his brain. He will get players. He will groom some guys.
I think he should be. He should. That's actually a very good call. He should probably be like auction mentor or something to strategize and plan some kind of a thing, where Dhoni just knows, right? And Dhoni knows how to build players, make players out of nothing. I think today one more thing is like I know he had no options in his dugout where he had to bowl Tushar Deshpande and stuff, but having that confidence and belief and instilling it, I think you have to just sometimes throw responsibility at your players and just see how they manage it, and then you take a call on whether to not play them in the next match, right? So I think Tushar Deshpande ko credit zyada hi do raha hu main because the first over like 18 runs he was finished, वहाँ समझा खत्म, इसके बाद नहीं डालेंगे. But I saw him in the death overs. He was bowling somewhere more important, more aggressive role. than what he was in the first initial phases of the innings. He was got smacked, but then he came back phenomenally, took a wicket. Really shows guts and maturity, shows the ability to handle pressure. So yeah, something very amazing from Tushar Deshpande.
Yeah, but also Dhoni got frustrated, man. Like when he
Yeah,
was
you
doing
saw
those
it
no
on his
balls,
face. Yeah,
yeah,
you
you
saw.
could
Yeah.
see like he's like, what the hell is this, man? Like, क्या तो भी कर रहा हूँ? He just knows how to like दबा के emotions रखो, but you could see that he was getting like irritated.
Hmm. चलो सही है, आरसीबी के फैन नहीं हो सैड ही रहते हैं। चलो सही है, आरसीबी के फैंस नहीं हो सैड ही रहते हैं यार, डेफिनेटली। बट फिर भी अभी तो बहुत खुश है वो लोग, एक विक्ट्री के साथ मुंबई इंडियंस को मारे तो यू नेवर नो। मुझे क्यों लग रहा है सीएसके ऐसे ही कप ले जाएगी? आपको बहुत कुछ लग रहा है?
इसलिए
शरद भी
लग रहा
ऐसे
है
लग।
धोनी का शायद लास्ट ईयर है, चेपोक में फुल कैपेसिटी है, बहुत लाउड है एटमोसफियर वहाँ पे, फ्लेक्सिबिलिटी है टीम में। एक ही प्रॉब्लम है उनका, डेथ बॉलिंग है, बट बैटिंग भी अच्छी है, तो मे बी दैट्स सम ऑफ द रीजंस। Oh,
या
someone is a football fan. Bro, we have another channel called Chasing Green Arrows. It's part of the Chasing franchise. So please like and subscribe. It's to do with fantasy football. But who's captaining Spurs, Kane or Lloris? I haven't watched the game yet. I'll watch the second half, I guess. But I think Kane is captaining, man. He's the Spurs captain, if I'm not mistaken.
यस सर।
One thing that I wanted to add about the RCB fans is that I respect them more and more as I'm spending a bit of time in India. That, like, I've seen here also yesterday लोग बोल रहे हमारे भी दोस्त आ रहे, छोड़ो कौन देखेंगे, बेकार टीम है ये वो, but RCB fans, man, they lose every year and they come back in numbers. They come back in numbers. They back their team. They win games. They lose big games. But I am starting to respect the fan base a lot.
बट इट वाज
I'm
समथिंग
still gonna
इंटरेस्टिंग
banter
जो
them.
कल स्ट्रीम पे कोई आके बोले थे, आई फॉरगॉट द नेम, बट he pointed out, like, in terms of the social media content and stuff, they should actually do something as SRH and other teams, right? Like, because that's what RCB gets pulled into and those fans get, because that connectivity your franchise has with the support on the ground, right? आप देख लो, they do certain match alongs, they do certain winning the
But
tournament,
I
things
tell
like
you
that.
something. I went through that when I saw that comment, and SRH actually has good, very good content. I It's not RCB level. RCB probably have the best, social media content, and they're the first one to crack this market. But I think Sunrisers, they do interact a lot. They have different, like, videos coming out every single day. I think it's a good social media, but maybe they don't have a Virat Kohli, maybe they don't have a MS Dhoni or a Rohit Sharma. That could be an issue.
Hmm.
So
Yeah,
I
yeah.
think that could be the problem. But I think the social media handle is pretty good, man. Whoever's doing a job, respect to him. I like it. They do
Hmm.
certain. आज वो तीनों players जो साउथ अफ्रीका से लैंड हुए, they
Shut
came
up.
with their
Yeah, a little
tickets. No,
Monday
कौन देख रहा
blues.
है? हम
Yeah.
लोग ही देख रहे हैं because हम support करते हैं. But not everybody is supporting Sunrisers, so they won't see.
Yeah. किसी दिन केएल राहुल गंभीर से पिट ना जाए जैसी कैप्टनसी कर रहा है यार, you never know।
Comment
मुस्तफा,
on
आपके
this,
लिए
please.
इम्पोर्टेंट सवाल है, क्या जॉन सीना डब्ल्यूडब्ल्यूई वापस आएगा?
जॉन सीना था नहीं रेसलमेनिया में।
मेरे को नहीं मालूम।
But Roman Reigns won yesterday. My man, what's his name? Brock Lesnar won. Kaisa, he failed one F5. Kya shadda hai wo dusra play is huge, man, massive guy. He failed of F5, but then he got one F5 to connect. And I think Ronda Rousey won with her partner, the tag team. Uh, yeah, man, it was a pretty cool WrestleMania. But I wanted to see The Rock. I didn't see The Rock.
I have lots of knowledge in sport, watching football, cricket. Who do you support in football? Curious to know, cricket fans. And what's the problem with Rohit Sharma, Mustafa? Why doesn't he look in touch?
I don't know. I think Rohit Sharma has problems with consistency, and if you see, even for Mumbai Indians, it's been a while when, like, he's shown a consistent run of form. Maybe because he's getting older, maybe he has been injuries which is bogging him down. But we'll see him hopefully maybe in the Wankade. Rohit goes wild. I think.
Yeah, this was a comment in the post-match presentation, or me and Mustafa talking about earlier. Like, why bowlers need to control wides and no ball, they'll have play under a new captain. It will be my second warning, and then I'll be off. I mean,
What
that's
does
how
he
much.
mean by that?
He means that बैगन इतनी बार बोल रहा हूँ मैं, तुम ना सुन रहे नहीं। But that just goes to show, like, it'll be my second. But why will he be off? That's the thing. I don't
His
get. I
second
didn't get
warning,
that
maybe
point.
for time. I don't know. Maybe something to do with the rules. He's saying, or he's just saying, "I'm gonna warn you and I'm gonna leave." I don't know.
Yeah, that's what he's saying exactly. Like, he's frustrated that they just get a new captain. If you don't want to listen to what I'm saying, of trying to control the wides and no balls, get hit, no problem. But don't. I think there's a lot of mix of time also in this, and also like the fact that control your line and length. should Stubbs Brevis play in the first 11 with Green and Archer?
I think in hindsight, it's very easy to say that, but the 11 they went with the four foreigners they went with was correct for that game. But if Tim David doesn't step up in the next 3 4 games, like there's going to be a lot of pressure on him, and then they'll bring in a Stubbs or a Brevis, 100%. But I think
Yeah.
Tim David, he also is a really brutal striker of the ball. He's played in different conditions, different franchises, and first, he was actually a player for Singapore, and he's gotten to this far.
Who? Tim David?
Tim David, yeah.
I
He's
didn't know
gotten
that.
this far, so
Singapore.
there's a lot of talent this
Yeah.
man has. So I think you back him a few games, and then yes, because you have potential and talent on the bench, you can go Brevis, you could go Stubbs.
Yeah. For me, Brevis goes ahead of Tim David. Yeah. I think Brevis should get a chance based on like recent form. I think he
एक
definitely
गेम
is
है
shouting.
देखो दो
But
तीन
वही
गेम
है
है
कि एक game है. Like Mustafa was saying, I agree with that. So they use Archer, they use Tim David, they use Green, and the other one was
Tim David, Cameron Green, Jofra Archer, and why am I getting stuck, bro?
even I'm not thinking who was the
Barendorf,
fourth.
Barendorf, Barendorf.
Barendorf. So yeah, I think Barendorf needs to sit down for me, man. He's bowled horrendous. I think maybe just
They
get in
don't have
Brevis.
bowling though. That's the problem.
Yeah, I know, I know.
Then you have to play Arjun Tendulkar. You don't have bowling. DC
लाओ जी
versus GT
तेंदुलकर को लाओ
prediction.
जी तेंदुलकर को लाओ जी DC versus GT predictions. Delhi
Yeah,
back
tomorrow
in
we'll
the
do the
home
preview
ground.
before the
Yeah.
game, but we can just quickly discuss that. I think DC versus GT. I'm going to go with Delhi Capitals. Nokia coming back. Hopefully he starts. If he starts, then yeah, I think DC will have a good chance. I think Priti Shaw will go wild.
The
Kuldeep and Akshar will have a good game, and I'm always backing any team against Gujarat, bro.
I feel
4 or 5 my
Warner
team players are
Warner will
there.
have a good game, but I feel Rashid Khan going to get a 5 wicket haul.
5 wicket haul. I think Kuldeep will get a 4 wicket haul. सही है वो MS सही अगर विराट होता सोचो क्या
कहते
कहता
या लाइक विराट तो सीधा बेन स्टोक्स बोलता था मसले को बट या आई थिंक आपकी बात सही है अनुशल भाई बट अगेन धोनी का बात भी सही है कि आप वाइड्स कितने डालेंगे फ्रस्ट्रेटिंग है एंड ये लेवल पे अगर आप 13 वाइड्स डाल रहे एज अ टीम 12 से तो आप जीते रन तो दैट इज डेफिनेटली अनएक्सेप्टेबल
I think how I interpreted this comment, I could be completely wrong, but how I'm going to interpret it with the force of myself is that if Virat Kohli said the same thing, what MS Dhoni said, it would have been taken the wrong way. Because MS Dhoni said it, because of his reputation, because of his not no, his reputation, his personality, that is a calm, collected, cool guy. He said it, and the way he said it, it was taken in jest. But like if Virat Kohli said, "I'm going to walk off. You're going to keep bowling no balls," it would have been taken differently, and he'll deliver it differently as well.
या दैट्स
Because
हिज
Virat Kohli
डिलीवरी
has also suffered a lot as captain. Like his bowlers have done messed up stuff as well. But yeah, to a certain extent, he's been okay in the press conferences.
Yeah, I think he just knows that they're against him, so he just backs his team rather than goes against them. I think Virat Kohli is smart in that way.
साहिब भाई सनराइजर्स अंडरकवर फैन है क्या आप?
अगर माकरम क्लासन भी नहीं चला तो just pray inshallah and we have to fight for fifth. No man, we're in the top four. Saibai, come on man. Saibai is a Sunrisers fan.
One more loss. We have to take one L and then we're going to start our run against Punjab.
Against Punjab. You're calling out
Yeah.
that Punjabi beast outside.
I always do, and I'll take it. I'll take it. Like 15 of my friends support Punjab Kings, and they'll all give it to me if we lose. But it'll come, man. We'll lose a couple games, and then we'll tear off the bandage.
Markram led SA to under 19 to win SA now to hopefully that's what we're praying for and we're just waiting to see how he brings his 175 form back into the IPL and yeah I'm positive this guy's going to have a very big impact on Sunrisers Hyderabad as soon as he comes hopefully so let's see and wait for Friday DC middle order 2 week.
I think it's because Rishabh Pant is not there. Otherwise, they do have some really good middle order players. Robin Powell, Mitchell Marsh, they're good middle order batters. Akshar Patel is a really good batter as well. If you consider him as a lower order finisher, I think he's a very good option too. So they do have options over there. They got
Riley
exposed
Russo bhi
by
hai. Yeah.
Riley Russo, but I don't know if him and Powell will both play. But yeah, I
They
think they
played in
got
the last
exposed.
match. Yeah, Powell and Warner, Powell, Riley
Was
Russo,
it?
and Riley Russo, Powell, और कौन था यारो?
Was it?
Yeah. They played Warner, they played Riley Russo, Mitch Marsh, Rovman Powell. That's what they played. Yeah.
Ooh, but Nokia has to come in for that
Yeah, so North
for
K
this
has to
game.
come in, and then they'll decide who goes out. Maybe Powell or Riley Russo or Mitch Marsh. No, no.
Mm, yeah, and Aman Hakim Khan, there's a lot riding on him. They've, he's been hyped before the thing, so maybe there'll be pressure on him. I think Nokia will replace either Russo or Robin Powell. It looks like. Who else is there? Who can he replace? Mitchell Marsh, I don't think he'll replace him. David
Hmm.
Warner, I don't think he'll replace him. If Mitchell Marsh gets injured or something happens to him, then maybe. But yeah,
Yeah, see, as MI don't have bowling, why not go berserk with the bat like CSK? We have Tiwari, Previs, Green who can bowl.
I mean, you can go berserk, but it's not easy to execute that every single time. Like you have the batting, Rohit Sharma, Surya Kumar Yadav, Ishan Kishan, they all failed at that game. If they all go berserk, you can do that. And this is exactly what CSK did today. Mumbai can also do that. And we mentioned this before that you can out bat an opposition, but it's risky because not your batters won't be able to get you 230 every game or 220 every game. And 180 to 200 is chaseable targets if you have bad bowling. If Dhoni didn't hit those two sixes, they were in trouble. Khulli baat hai.
Yeah, and 13 wides. Yeah,
And yeah, so khulli baat is so it's not easy to go that route. You have to have some bowling which can thing. So yeah, that's the route you'll have to take right now. And I think what's his name, Arshad Khan is a player to watch out for. I was impressed with him with both bat and ball. I know his economy is a bit expensive, but he might be someone who can step up in big games for Mumbai.
yeah, probably. जैसे बिग प्राइस वैल्यू आईपीएल में परफॉर्म दे रहे हैं स्टोक्स, ग्रीन, सैम करन दे रहे हैं, ब्रुक का डर हो रहा है. एक ही मैच है अंशुल भाई. आई थिंक जस्ट गिव हिम सम टाइम. आई नो हम लोग भी जो लाइव देखे थोड़े बहुत उन्हें फनी लग रहा था हमारे को भी. अरे भाई इन्हें
और
कनेक्ट नहीं
क्या
कर पा
बाउंड्री मारा मगर
रहा.
ओहो.
Yeah, but it's just one match. He's getting used to subcontinent IPL conditions, and we're just going to give him the benefit of doubt. अभी देंगे, दो मैच रुकेंगे, असेस करेंगे, फिर बोल सकते हैं अपन. एंड स्टोक्स भी नहीं परफॉर्म कर रहा बिग वैल्यू मनी. जस्ट FYI फॉर नाउ
Hmm?
एटलीस्ट. अभी के हिसाब से अगर मैं बोल रहा हूँ स्टोक्स एंड ग्रीन भी परफॉर्म नहीं कर रहे.
Yeah,
सैम
but
करन इज ओनली वन.
yeah, they haven't performed. But the thing is, Harry Brook would rely on them much more than they rely on Stokes.
Stokes,
And
exactly.
yeah,
Yeah, that's the only
Stokes has
difference.
a backup man. He has MS Dhoni, Moin Ali, this and that. We were relying on this guy to score bulk of our runs.
Yeah. Not kill replace who last all their bowler. Yeah, that's what we were just saying. Maybe Rohman Powell or Riley Russo probably.
Hmm.
Meant drop Burndorf and get Brevis, but then who bowls punts?
Uh, the thing is, Berendorf was expensive last time, so you could potentially go with that, and you could go with Brevis. That's an option. Then you have to go with an extra bowler, Indian bowler, which is not as experienced, and yeah, it's a risk, but you could do that. You could do that and try Brevis there. It's an
Punter
option,
bro.
of course. It's an option.
Sir Hardik and Mumbai Indians. Now Tiwari is in Mumbai 2 years ago. They used to play for Mumbai Indians.
When did he say Tiwari is in Mumbai? We have Tiwari, Brevis, who can bowl.
What?
I think Punter said we have Tiwari and Brevis who can bowl.
Okay. Charles bowling 126 today. Where is he going? He's going wide of the wicket, trying to get a knuckle ball in, which is going into his head. Knucklehead
He's
one
not.
man.
He's not 100%. I can tell you that. I don't think he's 100%. He's not bowling to his full potential in terms of pace, and he's throws are dodgy because it's a World Cup year, this and that. I think he's trying to stay fit, and do something. But right now, he's not looking 100%. I think he's still coming back from an injury, and he's not looking solid. Once he gets that full fitness back, then you'll see something different because he's not looking 100% to me.
Yeah, 100%.
Yeah, baby, Saiba is a SRH fan. That's what I'm talking about, man. You have to
told you,
join us
yeah.
every single day. I love it, man. क्या बात है वैगन में मिला देंगे पंजाब को लखनऊ को सबको हाँ.
Yeah, by the way, RR has been the most improved team in terms of team content and fan base. Yes, I agree with that. I mean, they're still under the radar, I think, when you compare it with the big guns like CSK, MI, and RCB. But RR, they've really revamped and
I forgot,
refurbished their
man. They're
team.
the
Yeah.
best social content. Rajasthan Royals. Their Twitter guy has unbelievable content, and they're crazy, man. They start tagging Swiggy, this, that, kya kya ki karte, and they banter the hell out of the opposition. So Rajasthan is number one.
Okay, so Rajasthan number one. How long Arjun Tendulkar should wait for his debut? I think till the time the coach tells him to come into the 11. That's as long as we can think of, because it's going to be hard otherwise to predict Arjun Tendulkar's future, right? Because he's also not giving us good signs of getting into that team. He's not had a very great domestic season. He just had a 100 or 150 for Goa. So I still don't know how long he has to wait. But given the situation at Mumbai Indians camp right now, he has a good shout, maybe.
Hmm.
अच्छा या राइडू अच्छा खेल रहा था वुड को शॉ से तो अच्छा ज़्यादा खेल रहा था एंड या राइडू वाज लुकिंग बेटर 27 runs or 12 13 14 balls I think was better than the last match so all that age factor that we were talking about last match saying राइडू का हो गया time he still has a little bit in him
That's what I'm
at
saying.
the
You know,
moment.
when everyone one came, they say, "अरे निकाल दो उसको टीम में से थोड़ा wait करो." They do have some experience. They will contribute somewhere or the other, and it's a team game after all. Not everyone is going to perform every single game. You will have games like Conway didn't perform last time. They said निकाल दो उसको नहीं भाई उन्हें खेलेंगे आज perform करा. The other day, in another day, maybe someone else will perform. MS Dhoni has been cracking form in the last two games, but in the last 2 3 years he wasn't showing that consistency. But right now, he's smacking it. People will say he should be promoted. What did I say though, bro, Fez, about what how he's going to use Shivam Dubey? It's exactly what we
Yeah,
imagined. This
yeah,
is, and
yeah.
this is not me saying it. It's like I'm not trying to say
Majority.
I'm right. I'm saying this is what Dhoni does. This guy
Hmm.
likes utility players, man. Whether it is freaking Jadeja to Kedar Jadhav to Albi Morkel to Shivam Dubey, if he sees a bowler can bowl and bat, he's going to promote him. He's going to take him, and that's what he's doing with Shivam Dubey. He batted him one down today, bro. After that poor performance, and he did a decent job today, I think. Right? It was he did the job for Dhoni.
He
But
did. He
this is
did
what
indeed.
Dhoni does, man.
Yeah.
Dhoni like this is his thing. He loves these kind of players.
Yeah.
केदार यादव
But
को बॉलिंग कराता था यार उन्हें जो 8 8
हाँ
ओवर
और कितने विकेट ले रहा था और उन्हें and he was batting also consistently well. जोगेंद्र शर्मा को वर्ल्ड कप जिता दे यार वो. तो yeah, I mean Dhoni is Dhoni and that's the only reason that he does like utility
वो
players and
भज्जी
like
जिताया
क्या
भज्जी दिया था बॉल ही बिकॉज उन्हें ही वेंट टू भज्जी भज्जी
फट
सर
गए थे
पिंडा में
या
ने डाल
फट
दो
गए थे या
because Misbah hit him for 3 6s. He's
थ्री
like, forget
सिक्सेस
it, man. Like, and it was the right call. Bhaji's, for a player to say, "Bhai, don't give me the ball," also it takes guts.
बिकॉज
Uh,
या या
but yeah, it was Bhaji. Remember everybody, but it was Bhaji's decision because he
but
rejected the
the
offer.
captain's call is the last. जब राहुल और रोहित का मैच होगा जो काम गलती
Except for
करेगा
that
वो
game, it
जीत
was in the last that game because Bhaji said no. So it was
जो
Bhaji's call was the last.
yeah but like
Otherwise,
he
yes,
could
it's Dhoni's call. Except for
yeah
that game. Because look, I'll tell you something. I'm being serious now, okay? Bhaji is also more experienced at that time. He played for India more. So Dhoni did take advice from him. You have to take that much, bro.
100% yeah.
Yeah.
जब राहुल और रोहित का मैच होगा जो कम गलती करेगा वो जीत जाएगा गलती दोनों करेंगे पक्का है यार man that's something else वो तो देखना पड़ेगा यार लखनऊ वर्सेस मुंबई इंडियंस का मैच के हद तक बट आज हो गया
Mumbai
आज का मैच
come back, bro. I'm gonna say something. I think they're gonna come back. I don't know how. Their bowling is rubbish.
yeah
I have them bottom of the table in my predictions,
they do
but
have two more bowlers to be honest they have Duan Jensen who's Marco's brother they have Akash Madwal also I think
I'm
who
not
can bowl
impressed with that.
medium. Not impressed. I know they're not big heads, but use whatever you can. Make hay while the sun is shining, or make your bad apples into good apples, like MS Dhoni.
They need
You have to use what you
Arshad
have. You
Khan to have
can't.
a
Yeah,
good thing. Archer has to bowl a scintillating spell. They need things to go around, and their batters have to go hammer and tongs.
you
I think
need Surya Kumar Yadav on his full 360 degrees. You can't expect 12 runs from Surya Kumar Yadav. I think that is the main.
all of them, bro. Like Surya, Ishan, and Rohit, they all failed.
Yeah,
उसमें से भाई दो अगर चले आप जीत सकते हैं मैचेस.
yeah, potentially सही है. कल तो प्रीव्यू होगा हमारे साथ जुड़िए 5:30 के करीब मे बी 5:30 विल
Yeah.
बी बैक इन द इवनिंग आफ्टरनून में हम लोग मुंबई इंडियंस वर्सेस सॉरी दिल्ली कैपिटल्स वर्सेस गुजरात टाइटंस मुंबई इंडियंस की इतनी बात हो रही है मुंबई इंडियंस पे कूद गया इट्स दिल्ली कैपिटल्स वर्सेस द गुजरात टाइटंस एट द अरुण जेटली और फिरोज शाह कोटला स्टेडियम जैसा भी आप प्रेफर करते टू से तो टिल देन या स्टे ट्यून्ड विद अस हमारे को लाइक करिए सब्सक्राइब करिए आईपीएल का और बहुत से चीज़ आने वाले हैं शॉर्ट्स आने वाले हैं रील्स आने वाले हैं एंड होपफुली आप हमारे साथ जुड़ेंगे नाइस टू सी क्रिकेट फैंस इन द चैट नाइस टू सी साई बाय पंटर बाय चिराग बाय द यूजुअल्स टिल देन एवरीबॉडी टेक केयर मुस्तफा
Guys, your prediction for tomorrow? Sorry.
it will come tomorrow at 5:30. So stay
Oh,
tuned
okay.
with us till then. And yeah, everyone have a good night.